So this one is base game planter tricks that you might not know, which is really cool. So this first one, you put a globe and you actually just use it as a plant stand. So you literally just like raise a plant up and put it on there. But they've also shown how you can like resize bar stools down and use the actual bar stool as like a plant box, which I think is a genius idea. They did do this one, which is like a modern thing. Now, this looks pretty cool, but it looks like it would take a long time. You have to resize this slab thing down and you have to just rotate it like a million times. And then eventually, after doing it like a million times, it forms like a sphere or a cylinder rather, and you put the plant in there. They also showed how you can size up candles and literally use the candle as like a planter box, which I think is bloody insane. I mean, it's a health and safety risk, but it's a really cool idea and I like it a lot. This is our little living room. Love to pop a plant in here. So this is our cute little globe thing. In order for it to work, I think you need a plant with like a really big base, such as this one, although that's not a very good looking planter box, I shan't lie. This specifically is the base game plant that they use in the video. Oh, look how nicely that sits in there. See, how do people come up with these? Let me just change the pot to white. Okay. Oh, you see that, to me, that looks really nice. I genuinely really like that one, but I really want to do the candles one because that is like so crazy to me. Apparently these candles aren't listed as lighting. They listed as like a misc decoration. Where have these lights gone? Anyway, I found them by searching candles. So you just size it up once, was it? I might change it to, yeah, let's just change it to whites. Though obviously they're like an awkward size. So I think you've got to be picky about what plants you use. I guess like you can't use everything. Is something like this maybe like the kind of look that we're going for? I mean, it doesn't look bad. I'll be honest with you. I do not like the candle one. I like the other one. I don't like the candle one. Although, you know, I just thought like in some of the packs, we have these pots here, or even in the base game, like it's a bit morbid, but like we've got urns. Maybe you could do something this way. I mean, this pampas grass fits perfectly in this little pot. You don't even have to size it down or anything. See, no, I do actually quite like that. See that little pampas grass in that pot there? That is superb. I do actually really like that. That was a good find of me. I'm proud of myself. I'm not usually like this creative. This plant pot too, maybe I could like size this one down, chuck that in the corner here. Actually, I've just taken this base game plant right here and I popped it in there. See, that actually I think looks quite nice. It's got the soil in the bottom. It looks realistic. I genuinely love that hack. That's well good. So this one is for a cubbyhole bed. As you can see, there's an archway and they've just turned it into like this cozy bedroom space. It's a bit finicky. So firstly, they place a double bed in there. Then they place a basement underneath. Okay. And then they raise a bed up to match the level of it. And it's like a super long bed. And then they add these kitchen like cabinet things, but at the bottom, and it makes it look kind of built in, like a little den almost. And then they, of course, they just decorate it with teddies and pillows and things. The next bit's a bit complicated. So they put the lights down across the bed, but in order to solve like the lighting issues for the bed underneath, you then have to go into the basement and then raise the light up to the level of the light that's already up there. So they're like overlapping with each other. This is so confusing for my brain. I don't know if I could do this, but I'm going to give it a good go. So this can be our little space. Okay, you know what? I quite like this archway. It looks a bit more magical and cozy. So, oh my God, I don't know if I could do the whole basement thing. I think it'll screw up the downstairs. Although I believe there is a way we can fix that. And I will show you after because I have a sneaky hack for that. So I found a bed and then we just raise this next one up to the height of the other bed. Is that? Nope, that's too high. This is a little bit finicky. Okay, there it matches, but obviously it looks a bit weird. That's fine. Apparently you've just got to trust the process. I'm using the Dream Home Decorator cabinet here because I think it's the best to suit its purpose. It's nice and clean in design, though it's kind of clipping through the headboard. Do I get rid of it here? I wasn't expecting that. Unless I just drop it a little bit lower. Yeah, that was my bad. It was too high. Okay, with it lower, that looks 10 times better, although I can't place one here, so I'm actually going to have to delete this archway, place the cabinet, and then pop the archway back in. So they use this canopy light from high school years. I do genuinely love this canopy light, so I would like to use it too, although we have to now place it in the basement underneath here in order to make this bed actually light up properly. So I'm just gonna wing it. Is that placed in the right place? I don't know. I believe so. I believe I did it at the right height, and that was a really good guess of me. I'm proud of that guess. So I should have done it correctly. Yeah, they seem lit up properly now. Would it break everything if I add some like cozy lights here? It will. So as you can see, if I place these cozy lights here, the beds instantly change color, whereas if I remove it, they just like look the same again, although they're not quite the same. Why are they not the same? Is it because of the window? What if I delete the window? No, that didn't really change anything. Maybe, you know what? I need to change the bed itself. Oh no, the lights were the wrong bloody height. Look, they're like separate heights. That is the issue. I also placed the ones up here at completely different heights to each other. My gosh, I'm such a noob. Okay, they're all at the same height. So as a tip, okay, in order to make this more bearable, firstly, you do the lights underneath and do not do the ones that are on top. So you can easily line them up properly, okay? And then you do the top lights afterwards because it's a lot easier to match it up that way than having to go around it. Did that make the bed like look normal now? Oh my God, it still looks weird. Okay, what if I get rid of the windows again? No. What if I change the bed? Okay, with a different bed, it works a little bit better, but it's still clipping. I mean, look, guys, it's a nice idea on paper. I just think this is too much effort for what it's worth. I'm sorry. I don't like this one. I don't like it. I'm sorry. It's a good idea. It's just difficult to do. And now we've got this ugly basement we've got downstairs. Although maybe, okay, if we bring the wall in, does the bed still remain? It does still remain. So you can just like bring the wall in, although now you've got this like ugly bed clipping up here. You'll just have to ignore it. So this next one is slightly cursed and I really, really love it. So you've got to build a platform going up here, right? And you place some half walls and you don't use a bunk bed, but it kind of looks like a bunk bed, if you know what I mean. You just place a bed up there, but then they place this rack thing in there with the clothes, obviously. And then the next one along, okay, they're turning it into a shower, putting a shower cubicle in it. It's like a glorified prison, really. Genuinely love that though. And then they use these to actually make a platform up to it and stuff. And then they use some other walls and then they use a ladder so that you can actually go up it and then use a door and then use another door. I think this, apparently it's functional. I think this one is literally hilarious. Genuinely love it. I love how this top comment here, so it says in English, spacious apartment in Madrid, 950 euros a month. I mean, I'm looking for apartments in Manchester and they're not too dissimilar. Okay, so we have to make our platform, raise this one up 9 times. Oh my God, the wall. The wall height is too short. Oh no, we've got to raise the wall height. Oh, for Christ's sake, I bet that's going to screw up our little cozy bedroom now. It's screwed up even more. Lovely. We've also screwed up the entire build just so we can do this. I didn't build this, by the way. This was made by Danielle Build, so just stole it. Anyways, half walls here, and then we add a bed up here. I'll copy the exact same bed that they used in the video. It's from the high school years pack. I'm actually going to be a bit lazy and use a different clothes rail to the one that they used, just because it's a lot easier. Then use like a, I don't know, funky tile design. Oh, we got to do our shower tiles. Honestly hilarious. The shower itself, then a little mirror opposite. They didn't say what they used to make these shelving units, but at the bottom here it shows like the pond tools. This is called Lap Guides from Sloshko. This is in Get Together. So did they just size it up and then bring it to the top? Is that how we're doing it? I could be getting it all wrong and I have no idea. I mean, it looks right. Let me just maybe raise this half wall up. Oh, see, that's too long. Do you know what? I'm just gonna leave it because I don't want to break it. Okay, now we've got to enclose it in a half wall. I feel like that's just gonna, I don't know, break it even more. Okay, then we add a ladder going up here, although we can't. I don't know what to do. Maybe if we add another half wall, then we bring that wall down. Can you add a ladder to that? Nope. I feel like, okay, we need to get rid of this wall. Oh, there we go. We've got the ladder. Okay, we add like a little slit doorway here. Add a little glass door into the cubicle. I mean, I'll be honest, it's a little bit cursed. Okay, what if I like duplicate this bed, right? And I turn it into kind of like a double bed? Maybe that'll work. I mean, nothing can be as cursed as this one. I think it's safe to say, like, I'm not very good at beds. I'm sorry, I don't like this one either. Ugh. Although this is the same creator as the first hack, and this is how to spice up your Sims 4 floor tiles. So obviously you can just rotate floor tiles with the left and right arrow keys or bracket keys, whatever they're called. And then you can do like diagonal designs to get a woven pattern. And then of course you can use Control F and it allows you to do a quarter tile from which you can do loads of different kinds of patterns, such as this checkered one that they've made here. And then they've done like a 2-tone, well, 3-tone, 4-tone checkered one. And then they've shown how you can use like this carpet from the Spooky Stuff pack hack to do like even more. I think it's quite cool and I rarely ever bother to do this. So I'm getting rid of the rug in our little living room. I'll just move the sofa and coffee table out the way for a moment. I may as well make this wall cinched in a bit more too, just so that we have more room. So we could do this and like change the direction of all the different like arrows that are coming out. Maybe that's vibe, maybe it's not, or change it this way. I mean, you could even just do it with like a base game rug. And I don't know, maybe it creates the illusion that the base game carpet is actually like a proper carpet in the game. I feel like it suits a really good purpose of making it look like a carpet when it's not. I actually really like it. It could help to bring a room together. Or you could even use different textures. So I could use this rug from the pastel pop kit. Like maybe you could just have like a whole multi-textured thing going on. I actually think that looks really cute. I actually really like that hack. I think it's a lot nicer than using a lot of the base game rugs as well. Like it's pretty cool. Genuine. Okay, that one. Okay, the first creator that we used, we should have used this crate for the whole video. The other ones weren't bad. They were just like really difficult. And like, I think if they're that difficult, like there's no need to bother. Do you know what I mean? Because it's a lot of work. But this little living room, right? Genuinely love my little living room. Looks really cute. The bedrooms, the clippy, closey hubby space, and the spacious 950 euros a month apartment in Madrid. Like, I'm not keen on these. But the living room that we made, all right, I quite like this. And in the next TikTok hack video, maybe we can do all the other rooms. I actually have a lot of these TikTok hack videos, so I'll link a couple over here. Thank you very much for watching this one. I will see you in the next one.